Alrighty, we got the new injector, new throttle cable, throttle body all installed. Next, what I'm gonna probably do is take this right here. I'm gonna take that old fuel pump out. I don't even think I'm gonna bother testing. I'm just gonna toss it, and when I throw the for sure working one in there, we are gonna have to clean this tank out, so it might not be something I could do all in one day. Probably gonna let it sit and soak, get all the crap out of it. Who knows how long it was sitting before I got it. It is getting sparked now. I didn't record when I did my test, so what I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna try to zip tie all the wires together, and I'm gonna start putting the subframe, air box, and suspension back on. And it did not start after getting spark, but I'm willing to bet you that these valves are just we'll give it a couple push starts up the street once it's together and just see where we get. I am at a pretty weird stop right now. I'm just gonna do this both ways, and if it costs me time and it's a pain in the ass, then I guess that's just the price I have to pay to play. Okay, so look, there is, okay, let's see, this is your fuel injector cable and connector, and then you have the throttle body, throttle position sensor. Okay, this one is with the injector, but this one is also the same prong, same plug, but it's blue instead of black, and I cannot figure out if the blue one, I kind of feel like the blue one might have actually went there originally, but I'm not sure if it was the blue or the black one. And then I've already had to redo this like 2 or 3 times because the shock was in the way. Then I couldn't get the air box, and I'm gonna have to retape all this shit and put protection around it so it's not getting messed up from the heat of the engine. Well, I guess we'll try it with that way first. And what I'll do is I'm gonna put all this really close by, so if I have to redo this, it'll be minimal work, if anything. I think I could actually unplug the throttle position sensor without removing the air box and all that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and put that back on now. Well, I've spent all day on here and we're pretty close. I had to go by memory. There wasn't too many videos of these on YouTube, as far as like, I don't even feel like getting into it, but there was a wire. They were identical. One was blue, one was black, and it was meant for the fuel pump. And I was like, well, which one is it? They both fit perfectly. I'll put the lights on soon. I don't know how good this will come out. I think it looks great. I'm gonna try to give it a push start too once I get everything all together, because if the valves are out of spec, you know, the push start will get it to pop start real quick, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm actually supposed to go get a twin one just like this, and I'm gonna mix match parts until I have a perfect bike, and then I'll part out the other one.